Hi, it's Louise, your marketing specialist. Welcome to the Monday Marketing Update. Before we get started, I wanted to share a quote with you from my diary. I'm using Sophie Jewelry's Ultimate Diary Planner. And this week's quote, one important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation, by Arthur Ashe. And I just thought that's just so important. So last week, despite being really prepared, I still forgot to mention that every Monday is Monday Blog Club. Over in your marketing lounge, we have Monday Blog Club. The purpose of Blog Club is to share your blog posts and get comments. So we have a thread and everybody comments on the actual blog post, not on Facebook, on the actual blog post, because it can be really difficult to get that first comment. And so the idea of Blog Club is that we help each other, we share those first comments, and it means that when the next person is reading the blog, they might be more inclined to leave a comment. And comments are good, they're good for engagement, they're good for helping you build relationships with your audience. They're also a good positive signal for SEO, for your search engine optimization, for your ranking in Google. So the more comments you've got on your blog, the better the positive signal for SEO for the Google bots. So if you're interested, you can join us in your marketing lounge. Let me just pop the link in the comments. So facebook.com/groups/your marketing lounge. So I hope that's right. I did have a Word document with all the lists, with all the links in, and I've conveniently forgotten to open it. So there we go, self-confidence and preparation out of the window. Let me see if I can open that now. So what else is going on this week? So I'm actually networking this week. We've got Give Back Works networking tomorrow, which is Tuesday, at Manor School in Poppleton. Give Back Works is a great informal, friendly networking group with some structure. So we do some around the table networking. So you usually get to meet between two lots of 6 or 8 people, so between 12 and 16 people, to share your pitch, to say who it is you're looking to do business with, who would you like to get referrals to. If you would like to come along as my guest, you can attend for free. As my guest, please do get in touch with me quite quickly today if you would like to join, so I can let the organisers know that you're coming. I'll also be at networking every Wednesday on Wednesday morning. That's at the Natural Entrepreneurs Workspace near the Designer Outlet. The networking is on 10 till 12 every Wednesday morning. Again, it's a really nice, informal, friendly networking group. There's up to 12 of us, and it's a supportive networking where you can bring a business challenge or a business question, and there's lots of support around the table. So it's not just about coming and doing your pitch. It's more about building relationships and networks locally, which is one of the great things that I like about networking as well. Right, what else is going on? On Thursday, I've got the Messenger Bot workshop is on as part of Social Media Summer School. So I had hoped to have had my Messenger Bot up and running to do notifications for these live videos in preparation. But what I often talk about is prioritizing and doing the next right thing for your business. And it was just that Messenger Bots didn't take priority in the workload last week. But the workshop is still running. If you would like to learn how you can use the automated messengers to do things like live notifications for when you go live on video, to get people to sign up to something like a challenge, you can use messenger bots on your landing pages as well as in Facebook. So that workshop is on Thursday. There is a morning and an afternoon session, and I'm offering the same offer of £70 for the full day. Again, it's a case of contacting me because that purchase offer isn't available on the website, so you do need to get in touch with me. Which actually brings me on nicely to my August offer. So throughout August, if you've missed any of the Social Media Summer School workshops, I'm offering you the opportunity to book 2 hours with me, one-on-one, to go through that topic. For example, if you missed last week's Facebook ads workshop, we can take 2 hours, we can scope out a Facebook ad strategy for you. We can then dive into the key features that you really need to learn how to use in your business, and we'll get you started on an ad. So the same goes for Twitter. We can spend 2 hours, we'll scope out a Twitter strategy for you, show you how to use the key features, and get you up and running on that platform. So I'm extending the same offer that it would have been for the full day workshop. So £70 for the 2 hours. This is only through August, so you need to book and take your session in August. And again, book directly with me because there's limited availability because there's only so many days in August. So that's everything that I've got going on this week. So what's new? Well, not as much as previous weeks. So the last 2 weeks, we've just had loads to talk about. 2 of the things that came up last week, one was MailChimp Postcards, which I was saying, it's not that postcard marketing is new, it's just that this is a new feature within MailChimp. So I've been and had a play. It's quite easy to use. So especially if you're used to using MailChimp for email marketing, the interface is very similar. You need a high resolution image because it's going to be printed. So you need better quality images than what you might already be using for your emails. If you want any words on your image to create something impactful on the front of the postcard, you might be better off getting that design. So using a tool like Canva. There is some limited editing available in MailChimp, but the play that I had, it wasn't amazing. But you can just use a really striking image, and then on the reverse you can just type out your message. It does mean that your contact addresses need to be properly formatted how MailChimp want them to be, and the costs seem really reasonable. So you're looking at around 30 cents. So all the prices are in dollars. This is a beta test, but they are saying it's available in the UK. Now the postage costs are also in dollars, and it's only giving me timescales for the US, but it's telling me it's available in the UK. So until I actually do one, I don't know, but it does seem like quite an easy to use, cost effective tool. But remember, other options are out there. So moo.com also offer postcards, although I don't think they offer the fulfillment and the posting, but your local printers often do. So something to think about. If you're thinking about using postcards as part of your marketing strategy, or you just think this is a great idea and you don't know how to implement it into your business, you can book a marketing triage call. So I've got availability today and later through the week, and these are a free 20-minute call with me, and we can just talk about, are postcards the next right thing to do in your business? How can you use postcards strategically, and should you be jumping on the MailChimp bandwagon, so to speak? What's the best route for you to use postcards in your marketing? Again, I'll drop the link in the comments if you would like to book a call with me this week. They're called marketing triage calls. So the idea being then that this is the next best thing for you to do in your business. We'll triage your marketing. Right, last week also what came up was Twitter ad transparency. So if you remember, Facebook launched their ad transparency tool, so you can go onto any Facebook page, and on the left hand side it's got info and ads, and you can see what adverts any page has got running. Now apparently you can do the same on Twitter. They launched it at the same time, so I've been and had a look, and the tool works slightly differently. So you actually have to go to twitter.com/transparency, and you have to type in the person whose ads you want to see. So you can't access it from people's profiles. So that was quite interesting. So it's a similar tool. Why is it useful? It's good to see what the competition are up to, what other local advertisers in your area are up to. You can see what ads they're testing. So they're testing a different headline or a different image. It might give you some ideas for your ad testing, or it might show you that there's a gap in the market, that actually there's a prime opportunity to be advertising to a market because your competitors aren't advertising, and you might assume they were. So I did a bit of stalking and was quite surprised at some of the companies that I thought would be running social media ads, and they're not. What else is coming up? So something quite interesting is that the big social media platforms are looking at integrating data, transferring data between each other. So for example, in LinkedIn, you can access your Outlook contacts. So you can import your address book. So that's a way of data sharing. And it's a way that you can't necessarily share between, let's say, Facebook and Twitter at the moment. You can't import and export your contacts. So the big players are looking at ways where they can offer this, which is great in terms of being able to use different platforms and connect with similar people. And it's something that I think Facebook in particular have been kind of negative towards wanting to share, because it means that people can move away from that platform quicker and take their contacts with them. I think at the moment there is a way to, let's say, export out all of your contacts, but it doesn't help you to then upload them and connect with them on a different platform. This also looked like it would apply to things like playlists, so more for maybe things like Spotify and YouTube and things like that. So that was something that talks have started on, and I think that'll be an interesting one to follow. And we might be able to see people move more easily between social media platforms for different things. So Facebook and Instagram are also cracking down on underage usage. So they've got an age limit of 13, and it sounds like they haven't been super proactive in checking these accounts. They've just been closing down any that might have been reported. So that's obviously important if you're marketing to a younger age base, or if you've got children of that age. That's important to know. Also, so brand new this morning was a blog post about Instagram having a green light showing when somebody is active. So I've been onto Instagram and either just none of my connections are on there, or the feature hasn't rolled out yet. Now the idea with the green dot, so it should show just on your profile picture, a little green dot in the, I was going to say in the corner, but they're a circle, but you know what I mean. The idea behind this is all back to that creating engagement and community and conversations. So the idea being that you can see that someone's live or active on Instagram, therefore you can start a conversation with them. And it's going to show up predominantly in direct messenger. So it feels like Instagram are trying to get people to send more direct messages to each other. And it is something that can be turned off in the settings. And interestingly, there was a webinar last week about how to turn your Facebook Messenger status off. So it feels like these two conflicting things between kind of letting people know that you're available, and maybe it's that being purposeful about letting people know that you're available for conversation, versus actually I might be in work mode on one of these platforms, I'm not necessarily available for conversation. So it can be used quite strategically. So that's one to look into. And then really the only other exciting thing that I've come across this week was around voice search and voice activated, I want to say, devices. There was a survey done in America, of course, that showed that 38% of Americans have now got one of those, I can't think of the right word for it now, those speaker devices. So like the Echo Dot from Amazon, where you can speak your command into it. So you can say, you know, play this type of music, order me bananas, those kind of things. So the popularity of these devices is increasing. And it's got a few knock-on effects. So one of those is voice recognition search. Now, after I did my live video last week, I uploaded it. I didn't upload it into Facebook, it was already in Facebook, but I activated the captions, and Facebook hates my accent. So I would be really nervous about using voice activated search for shopping, because I might order beef burgers and I might get beetroot. In fact, I'd be lucky to even get something that began with B, because just my accent was just unrecognizable in some of the captions. But if we think about the way that people might search using speech, it's different to how we would search if we were typing out and probably different to how we would type on a laptop to how we would type on a phone as well. So often when we're thinking about we want to rank number 1 on Google, we want to come up number 1 for search, think about how people might be searching using speech, because the words and the order that they phrase their question could be different. Also, interestingly, was that the rise of these speaker devices and things like Siri and it's Alexa, isn't it? People are using them to reduce the amount of screen time. So things will just play automatically. They don't necessarily have to then look at the screen and select which one they're going to play, which means actually that it's more important to be at the top of the search or to get listed on. So if you're selling a product, maybe you're on Etsy, do you need to have an Amazon store? Because is it that the type of customers that might be buying your products, might they have an Alexa device and might they want to do their shopping automatically through voice recognition on Amazon? So just some questions to be asking yourself. It'd be interesting to know if you use one of these devices, how you find it, if you could see that is the future of how shopping is going to work. And I think this will be another interesting one to follow and to keep up with, and to see how it evolves, and especially to get some stats in the UK to see if we're following that same American trend, and how much of an impact is it going to have on search, and is it going to have on our websites and e-commerce functionality. And are people genuinely spending less time on their screens, on social media, and how much are they just activating the voice device? So I think that's going to be interesting to see. So like I said, if there has been anything today that you would like a bit more support with or information on, to know whether is that something that I should be using in my business right now, how will that help, how will that impact my marketing strategy, you can book a free 20-minute marketing triage call with me and have that conversation. If you're interested in messenger bots, the workshop is on Thursday, and if you've missed any of Social Media Summer School, the special offer for August is a 2-hour one-to-one session on any Social Media Summer School topic for £70. So if anything that I've said today is of interest to you, if you want to join me as my guest at any of the networking events, please just get in touch with me, drop me a Facebook message, a text, an email, however you prefer to talk. I can be contacted in that way. So I hope that has been useful. If you've got any questions, tag me in the comments, tag me with my name, so Louise Mason, and I will be sure to answer. So thank you for joining me, and have a lovely rest of the day.